Hi, I am Katie, and today I'm going to show you how to quilt your Save the Date pillow panels using clear blue tiles. Right in front of me, I have my panel back with my fusible backing ironed to it, and I also have my batting. I've cut my batting just a little bit larger than my quilting just in case anything shrinks, and we'll just cut that off at the end after we're done with our design. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna mark my panel back with my clear blue tiles. You can use any size that you want, any size that will work with the hoop that you have. That's the great thing about clear blue tiles. So you can take your 4x6, if your largest hoop that you have is a 5x7, just take your 4x6 tile and you'll mark all of your spaces and you can see it will work really well here. Or you can do a mix of tiles. So say I want to use my 4x10 tile. I can hoop that with, I can do that with my 2x10 and then do another 4x10 and a 2x10. That makes it all the way across, and then just the 2x10 on the top. Today for this demonstration, I'm going to do a 6x12 because you can see that is gonna go nicely here and on the other side as well. So I'll take my pen and mark it. I just want to make sure it's lined up the way I want it to, the way I want it to be, and then I'll mark all of my spaces. Here in the middle. And then I am actually just gonna mark this side of, you see these little dashes here, you wanna mark those. I'm just gonna mark this side because I'm only going to line up my tile on this other side. All right, my 6x12. And then I'll just line up that side right there and then mark this side as well. I have my arrow pointing up because this is the way that I want my design to be. I want this to be the top. All right. I do already have my stabilizer hooped with a project like this where I'm just quilting something really small. You can hoop it with your stabilizer if you want, or you can do it this way where you just float it on top. But I am gonna use this grid. It came with my machine. If you don't have one of these, we have another tutorial showing how to make one that will go with your hoop. So I am going to line this up here, and then, let's see, we'll move my panel back until it lines up so that we've got the center dot there, and then all of my blue marks line up there. So we can go ahead and remove that, and I know that that is perfectly centered now. I'll take my Kimberbell tape, and we're just gonna tape that to the stabilizer. I'm gonna use a lot of tape here because I don't want my design to shift, and I also don't want my presser foot to catch on anything. Okay, so we are at the machine and I'm going to load my quilting file. Because we're doing the 6x12, we want to make sure that the 6x12 clear blue tile quilting file is the one that you load. I'm gonna press set. And before I go to embroider, oh, actually, there we go. So it's moved to the center, and as long as your design was centered, I'm going to move my needle down, and it's touching my center dot that I drew, and so we are good to go. I'm going to lower the presser foot and then press start, and it's going to embroider the quilting design. Once you have that side quilted, I am going to take this out of the hoop, and as you can see, some of my stitching went over the tape, and that's okay. most of the tape is covering the batting here and not a lot of my fabric. And so once your design is completed, a lot of that is actually gonna be cut off. So you really won't have to worry about it. So now that that side's done, we're gonna unhoop this, and I am going to cut off the extra stabilizer. And we've got some extra stabilizer on the back here too, and that's what I'm gonna cut off. I'm gonna set that off to the side for just a minute while I get my stabilizer rehooped. You want your stabilizer nice and tight, like always. And we are gonna go through the same process. And you'll notice my excess is hanging off to the left this side this time. With the clear blue tiles, they're really great. The designs, it doesn't matter which way your design is facing. So if I wanted to have my design facing the other way, if I wanted to flip this the other way, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. Your designs would line up really nicely. But I am still gonna just hoop it this way, line up everything. There we go. Tape everything in place. Now that I've got that taped, I'm gonna take this back over to the embroidery machine, embroider the second half, and then I'm done. All that's left is you'll need to remove it from the hoop and then trim at your fabric line. So we'll trim off the extra batting, the extra stabilizer. And once you trim all of that off, you can then follow your instructions to complete your Save the Date pillow panel collection. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and enjoy making your projects.